Hello there, fellow doctors. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Odyssey, The Pilgrim Ship. Episode 20, An Unusual Cure for an Infection. Also, I have no intention to fill the Chamberlain role at the moment. No one that we have even has like reasonably high social skills, and Mag's the only one without a position, and she would be a bad fit for the role. So, given she is incapable of it, so I'm going to leave the role unfilled, even though it is a little bit upsetting. Alright, so you made an excellent ship up. Aram wears it. And then you get to be our punch dummy. So everyone is going to rally over here, including actually pedaling, you're off the hook. I'll even give him a breach axe to be able to get through this a little quicker. So here is the main facility hallway, and I don't see any threatening points of interest here. Liara, you are going to... Or Mag, rather, is going to go... Can someone? Okay, yeah, you're Barry. So Breakfire is going to go Barry, Atla, and then everyone else is going to clear the facility. There is obviously a sealed crate in there. And we've got a tree seed. I'm going to guess this is the left or west edge of the facility, and it doesn't get any bigger than that. And there we go. We have a wasp trap. We got a defender turret. We got a hunter trap. Given that, wasp traps are definitely one of those, like, you want all hands on deck to kill them quick, so you don't get stabbed over and over and over. So we'll wait to clear that when we've got a full roster. Also, I have zero trust for this warg that's like hanging out by the start of our ship. Where are you walking? Oh, the tree seed. All right, let's go continue clearing. So these are all going to be gravelite panels in there. That's how these work. So we have 4 boxes of gravelites. I just activated marksman command. And here comes a drone. Don't break a shield. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and get rid of the ice here. And then trigger the wasps. And even then, RM got stabbed a whole bunch. I'll clear out more of the ice while I patch up RM, and then he'll lure the hunter trap, and then eventually the defender turret. Or not, because we have some drones. Come on, drone. The other thing I could do is try to trigger the hunter trap, and then have the hunter trap blow up on the drone to take out like a 2-for-1. Alright, it is in cover and shooting pedaling twice. Obnoxious. And RM's becoming hypothermic. This is an enclosed space, so that should warm things up. Yo! I think we need to call it for the night anyway, because we have, like, wounds to take care of, plus hypothermia. So, time to pack it in for the day, and then we know exactly where the ancient... Well, actually, you know what? There's no direct line of sight for this terraformer, so we can warm the map tile up by doing that. There we go. And we'll collect the grav core in a bit when it's safer. But the deep freeze will lift now that that's destroyed. So we've got a turret, a hunter trap, and then the rest of the facility wouldn't be a terrible thing to search either. Oops, sorry about that. Nothing like a scam call, Laren. God, I should just throw my phone away. Only thing that ever calls me? Scams. 100%. Legit phone calls? Never. Just scams. Okay. So people are recovering. I'm going to give them a bit of rest. Because I don't really want to clear the facility with everyone hurt. RM probably should not have her breach axe on him, though, while he's resting. Because, like, that's just asking for slaves to be a problem. And in fact, there's a pretty good case to never have breach axes on you unless you're using it, because if you ever have a tantrum with a breach axe, you will smash everything. Because the boosted damage on the breach axe helps with tantrums doing boosted stuff as well. Cheers. Alright, so Aram's on his feet. I will send him back in. Oh, there's a robot right there. Alright. Well, I'll send the trio in, and I'll have Mag and Pedaling rest. Okay, that was easy. I'm sure he loves being a guinea pig. Alright, hunter trap, room without actual loot, so I'm just going to forbid it. Another hunter trap with minimal loot. This would be break fire. I'm going to have you fire on the ice to clear it out. And then shoot the explosives crate. While you start clearing the ice. Got medicine pellet. And that actually blew open the door to the next one, which has chem fuel. So let's clear out this hunter trap. Interestingly, it's actually quite warm in this hallway after I dropped a bunch of solar pinholes. It's like 46 degrees here, whereas it's like ice cold outside. So there is a bunch of chem fuel in here, and I don't really mind clearing that out for the free chem. So I'll have RM clear that as well. And I haven't forgotten about the grav core, and that's going to become power for the ship. I think we're just about done with this facility. I don't really see much more, other than the chem fuel to grab. We are not corpse averse, so corpses don't really matter to us. So I don't need to avoid them like I do in the other series. Alright, there is a turret and a sealed crate in there. And I think that's the extent of the entire facility. Minus what might be beyond this hallway, but I kind of doubt it's going to be a lot. Is the safe next to the medicine something? Oh yeah, it is something. I missed that, thank you. It's probably a map. And we have a thunderous Gatling gun. Incendiary round minigun. I like it. Awesome. Sounds like a breakfire thing. I'll give it to him. Yeah, there we go. Facility cleared. And Mag, you're gonna get the charge rifle, because it's surely better than your chain. Alright, Slave Rebellion likely. Let's have RM drop the breach X. And now his Slave Rebellion timer is much, much higher. So the other thing I wanted to do here, before we left, was to do at least one of the Liara's Longblade subquests. So we'll work towards that in just a minute. After we haul the grav core and turn that into a power cell. So let's go with the power cell right there. And then it looks to me like I need one more advanced component before bothering with that. So we'll prioritize that. The question is, who gets the eye? Should slaves be allowed to have bionics? First question. Because originally the eye was for Atla, and then she, like, lost her life. So she doesn't really need an eye anymore. And the one that could benefit from the eye the most would be Ink, who's missing an eye. But, like, she's a slave, so does that even make sense? And if no, then who gets it? Have you guys decide that? Doesn't look like our meat's too bad. We are having a bit of a power outage, though. And that's because we have a chem tank empty. Got it. But soon that will be less of an issue with another grav power cell. Hoping to power a ship up for another 1200 watts. And there's the advanced component needed. Perfect. So RM, wake up and build that. There we go. 1500 watt. We're running in the black. Let's see. Quests. Crypto drone hack will be attacked by the mech hive. I am accepting now. I'm hoping that it doesn't land too far away. Oh, oh my god. Okay. Yes. Thank you. Kindly. It's like in my yard. I could hire a trooper squad, but I'm going to move 3 of the turrets to sort of offer cover heading into this, you know, defense. And you guys think slaves should be allowed to have bionics? Got it. So I'll probably end up giving the eye to Ink. Help her cook for us better. Do grav power cells blow up when they're destroyed? No. They're not explosive like unstable power cells. You know, they'd be called unstable if that was the case, I suspect. Alright, let's see if this, so this minigun is not, like, ideal for Muffalo, or for mechs that are attacking us, but it should be pretty funny on the Muffalo. Because we have a very quick spin-up timer. There's doors here? Yeah, they're not to anything. If these are the ones you're referencing. It's just entering the facility if I mined this way. Or mined this way. Those are what those doors are. Mag's mother. Oh, we can cook the beef. So you are enemy of Shadowlands. You are 54 years old, a kind quick sleeper who will cut down trees for us. I think we just found a slave. So, I'm going to take peddling. This is your new bed. And then, I don't have a good place for slaves. But I'm going to make a makeshift place. Very makeshift place. Break fire. Go carry Jane over yonder. You meant the room on the left? This isn't really a room. It's... I mean, there might be something behind the ice for a door, but I don't care. The value of these ruins... The TLDR is the value of these ruins are kind of blah. And I don't go out of my way for blah. You know, they're not like wondrous treasures. It's just kind of... The loot pool is average. So... Overlooking them is like a non-issue. Alright, makeshift prison. There we go. And she was bleeding out pretty fast. We only just got to her, so I'm gonna field tend her because she's like dead in 3 hours if I don't. Want to become too hot? That's not really a problem for me, is it? That's a problem for the prisoner. Oh, what are you doing? Okay. How did that happen? Okay, I guess we're cutting off your leg. You'll make your own bionics eventually. Peddling. So, I want to be space drone hacking, but without Liara's direct supervision, everybody is stupid. Oh, did I do the wrong leg? It is the right leg that needs to go. There we go. And I'm gonna use herbal. I don't really care. Surgery failed. Well, we almost cut off your leg. We got pretty close. It was almost failed successfully. And you killed him? What the hell is going on? Like, what did you... How? How did he even die? I think it was a mix of... It was like a consciousness mix of anesthesia plus infection. But, like, so dumb. Well, this map tile is cursed, I would say. Hey, Aram, guess what? You get to make another sarcophagus. And then we have the... Oh, wow, that's a really non-issue raid. Alright, at least there's Jane, who is getting tended. So I'm just gonna... I don't even think I need a trooper squad. Mag, pop yourself out here. Break fires patched up the last wound. So this prisoner is going to be converted and then recruited. It's aiming at the turrets, not me. So I just need to keep the scyther off of me, and that's easy. Scyther down. Alright, they're all done. Thanks, Mag, for attending. You got here lickety late, not lickety split. So if you're wondering, reduced resistance only in Recruit is reducing... There is no convert in Recruit. That's, like, not a thing. You'd need mods for that. So I'm assuming that you asked that question, but there's no other way to convert and then recruit without a two-step process. Sans mods. Alright. So, you are gonna get buried too. It's just... It'd be like that sometimes. And then Mag, I guess you are sharing a bedroom with Breakfire. Congrats. And you need recreation and food. So let's give you food. And I don't think I have a lot of drug recreation. I have yayo, but I'm gonna let you sleep. I'm not, like, too concerned about another incoming hack. Or attack on the hack. Alright, the turrets are put back to where they should be. And now Liara just needs to recreate a little bit and then finish the hack and we'll be done with the first of the sword quest. Royal Perro's done. I don't know what we're going to research next, so I'll have you guys vote. Let me get rid of Noble Perro on that poll, though. Still wreck deprived. Wish I had, like, insect jelly or ambrosia. And then we also have to decide where we're physically headed to next. Whether it's a Grav Core or somewhere else. Okay, Mech Hive number 2. I guess I'll trooper this one. So I'm not disrupted. Thank you, troopers. And we're almost done hacking, so we'll be out of here in just a minute. Or potentially out of here in just a minute. And it looks like hospital beds and vitals monitor is going to be next research. Got it. Okay, we have the first information about the longblade. Quest complete. Before I decide where we're going to next, I'm going to have you guys polled on that. So, where is Liara heading next? So here are some of the options. We have a compound with information about the longblade. We also have grav cores out in orbit. Or we could make a POI pit stop. So a POI pit stop would be a point of interest around here. Like one of these. If you click this button, you can see the point of interest. So like a dry lake, or a harbor with a bay, or a wetland with a medicine stockpile, so on and so forth. Have you guys decide that. The pit stop is basically like to fill up our individual needs or whatever, depending on what we need most. Did any of these royals collapse? No, they all survived. Well, that's a shame. So before we leave here, I can also mine up some of the the components on the map to top up our components. Oh, and yeah, our muskoxes. They do a little bit of vengeance, but actually, we're pretty good on food. I'm going to hold off on that. Can we AD Splunk? Liara doesn't care about that. She's a psychopath. Come on. I'm ashamed of you. Why would she care? You're in the wrong headspace, friend. Excuse me? It ain't over till I say it's over. Yes, the first is the Liara's longblade. Heading to an old compound and figuring out where it is. If she killed him, he'd be the third on the map. She's a psychopath. Come on, guys. Why would she care? She cares about personal power. So she cares what pawns can do for her. Not about them as individuals. So if you think that she would care about dead people going through a facility, no. She cares that the ship got more powerful. So this was a success. Don't bring your fuzzy-wuzzy feelings into this. That's just pathetic. If you want that, go watch Teletubbies. Alright, looks like we're going to do the Liara's longblade. And the old compound is... Oh, the same old atoll to the north. Got it. Well, that will probably be a dual hop. Hunting arm for food. Weird. Is it how? It's like I'm inside the ship. That's fine. Guess we're gonna have wolf meat. If you could frickin' hit the thing, my god. Alright, pretty full food. So let's launch. I'm not going to worry about the compacted machinery here. Oops, I didn't. Well, whatever. We can still launch. So our co-pilot is Breakfire. Our expected quality is going to be lower as a result. And we will need to find another craftsperson. But, you know, that will happen in time. So, oh, actually, we can get there in one jump. Let's do it. I forgot that the large engines added significant range. How's Jane in crafting? I don't think she was particularly capable, but I can double check. Her highest skill was plants. Well, this is a quaint little facility. So there's steel there. There's uranium there. So I will park near the uranium. What did we get from the last one? Graft core. Oh, and we just found the mech hive. Cool. Alright, I think we'll need to heal up a little bit before we go do anything. But you asked about Jane's crafting. Crafting 5. So Jane could become our crafter, but would need a little bit of work to get up to 8. For the purpose of making machinery. So what I could end up doing is have you guys vote on whether she becomes a slave or a colonist. But either way, you know, she's on our path to being converted now. Alright, let's see. There's really not anything worth hunting here. I don't see any bodies of water. So, there's not fishing either. We just mine some uranium, I guess. Should Jane be a colonist or slave? So, the reason to make a colonist is she could perhaps don the mantle of being our crafter. And she does have a social skill, so she could also be our chamberlain. Either or. It might make sense more for her to be our chamberlain, because we're missing that role, and someone else to do the crafting. Or to be our crafter, I don't know, moving around. The advantage for a slave is she has really no combat abilities, and so far, everyone that is a colonist has combat abilities. Hey, look at that! An infant chem reactor is a reward. The Divine Pope of the UDC wants us to take care of her pet toad, Suicidal, for 15 days. For unknown reasons, mech clusters will deploy nearby. Pretty weird. What's the relationship? So, she is... I mean, let's be honest. Would Liara care what her relationship is? She is Mag's mother. But, like, it's Liara. So, relationships don't matter. Liara doesn't believe in relationships. A name for a pet frog with mechanoid chasing it, Suicidal, is very apt. Yes, I agree. It is a perfect name. All of this uranium can go to hardening the outside core of the ship at some point. And you guys did say that the implantation or the bionic for ink is legit, so I'll work on that as well. Just flicking some benches off. There we go. Okay. Surprisingly, a colonist. Okay, got it. Well, Mag's healed. Once Breakfire and Lara is healed, I'll go into the facility. I don't suspect this facility is going to be particularly dangerous. But, alright. Follow-up question. Do we accept the toad? Keeping the toad alive, who's like paralyzed and being chased by mechs. I can relaunch in 1.3 days, so what I could do is wait 1.3 days to accept. And that would certainly be one way to keep the toad safe. What's the power excess? 500 watts with the ChemGen on. And Jane only has 3.6 resistance left, so we'll be recruited soon. I wonder if I'll get a recruit inspiration. That would be pretty cool. I wouldn't mind that at all. I'm surprised by how lacking the things to shoot are on this map tile for hunting. It's like a very boring one. Alright, the uranium is done. I don't think it's necessarily a bad idea to stockpile up on steel. So the closest steel is probably right here outside the door. I could also try throne speeches for one inspiration, but that would inspire others, not me. But yeah, we can give it a go. We also have a Ast base attack. 4 pirates provide 2 soldiers for the attack. That's pretty doable. And Evans could be a slave. A mining crafting slave or a colonist that... I mean, they also have a social skill. You know what's weird? I know someone with that name. I wonder if it's the same person. Inspirational. With a shoot frenzy for Mag. Oh, that's real nice. With a higher social than Mag's mom? I think a lower social. Mag was 7, the other one was 6. Honor would be really hard to pass up, but given the current losses that we just took, taking Evan might be a decent choice. So you guys did want me to take the Toad quest. I'm just gonna assume the Toad quest reward is gonna be the infinite chem reactor, because like I can't. What is Mel? Great memory misandrist? Yeah, no Mel. So obviously I'm gonna take the top reward. It does give us 5 gunners that can be placed under control. And we feed and they die of no consequence. So, you know, there's that. Before I accept the base attack, I want to clear this facility though, because if we have to abandon this facility for any reason, we fail the hack, which would be bad. Cheers. So Liara and Breakfire are just about healed up to be able to go through this. I don't suspect there's going to be a lot of dangers in there. There typically aren't, but you know, just in case. I think this convergent will be successful. There it is. And now... Oh, you are getting heat stroked. I will turn that one off and turn this one on. Took a little light in there. There you go. Recruit. Okay, let's say it is time to poke around. Main hallway is pretty empty. Got some bugs. Get minigunned! And I guess there was more bugs in that room. Are you eating your fellow bug? Dude, you're gross. You got the problems. We got a hermetic crate there. Taking a look at that. Got 2 side rooms. It's got some silver. Why do I have time slowdowns? Oh, what's hostile? Oh, there's a bug on ink. Alright. I didn't know that a locust went all the way into our ship. And unfortunately, Ink is a bit of a wimp, so she's definitely going to get knocked unconscious as a result of this bug nipping at her. There now she goes. And now there's a flaming bug in her. Oh, that's funny. Alright, Breakfire, you are gonna tend... And I'll just unrestrict people for now. Corpses. I don't really want that bug. I don't need to really butcher it for meat. So I'm just going to drag it out. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Odyssey, the Pilgrim ship, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, fellow Liara faithful.